of Yahweh, which is the Hashemayim. Kadosh is your mighty Hashem. Your Malkut to come. Your will be done. In earth, Abba Yahweh, and in the Hashemayim. Give us this day our daily lesson. Forgive us our debt, Abba Yahweh, and we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil, Abba Yahweh. For yours is the Malkut, the power, and the honor, Abba Yahweh, forever, Abba Yahweh. So be it, Abba Yahweh. May it be fulfilled in the precious mighty name of YHWH HaMashiach. Your Malak feels and gives us the understanding, Abba Yahweh, of your image, your truth, Abba Yahweh, to your nation this day, Abba Yahweh. Once again, we should mark here, Abba Yahweh. Man, I'm very again, they try to come against your image this day, Abba Yahweh. In the precious mighty name of YHWH HaMashiach, I pray. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, Yahweh. For this is an excellent Yom YisraYah'ale, who have come into the bed of Yahweh with his Todah upon our lips, with Shahar in our left, that we may lift up Yahweh's name above all things in Yahshua HaMashiach. Praise Yahweh, our Lord. Come on, Yahweh. Yahweh is our life, YHWH. And he's our Yahshua. We should not fear no one. Yahweh is my life and my Yahshua. Whom shall I fear? Whom shall I be afraid? Yahweh is my life and my Yahshua. Whom shall I
Yahweh. do greet you all in the blessed name of great assurance. By the power of Almighty Yahweh's will and YHWH HaMashiach.
Hallelujah.
I delight in the Shabbat, the Shabbaton. This is a generation that is so indifferent when it comes to Yah. They're cold.
Yes.
There is no kind of expression. He commands us to make a joyful shimshak offering unto him. This generation is out of touch with Yah. Men, women, means nothing. I've got something for us today. And the people of my hue, they identify with one thing. I am a Hebrew Israelite. It doesn't mean a damn thing. Period. You are of the Zerah, as our Zachin Yeremiah brought out last week. Not only according to the bazaar, and that is this buzzard, filthy, stinking stuff we call flesh. It is also of the hafetz, the will, the pleasure of Yah. And above all is above, or it incorporates, or the power of that is in the Dabarim, the promises, his word that has been made. We will stand on that today. You are friends, our listeners. You will not adjudicate Torah by your evil, sadistic, wicked ways. You being a Hebrew Israelite doesn't mean a damn thing to y'all. You ought to realize you're a dirty, filthy, wicked sinner. Found our heritage. Well, the heritage of no mind people. They're wicked, devilish, they're sadistic, they're corrupt, they're violent, they're liars. And I'm not here to apologize to no one. No one. Nobody. Not your mama, your grandpappy. Neither you. I will not. Torah says we shall know Yada, we shall experience what? Imat, his truth. We're free from our corrupt, damned, our twisted ways. We're free from that. We're brand new, we're renewed. Preaching YHWH. That's what the Torah is a word of life. It regenerate, not just regenerate, but procreate. That's right. I was a young man walking in his truth with great ignorance. I had the same zeal then as I do today. No different. Brought me out of the bed of every kind of wickedness. I was glad. And I'm more happy today because I know death is coming sooner than later. I want you all to listen to me, to be attentive, to make sure we can hear. Shema kol YisraYah'ale echad. Let us listen. We've heard you enough. Now it's time to Shemach, to hear what the Torah says. My friends, I greet you all. I was talking Zachin, Dawid. I do apologize, my friend, but Yaakov there in Texas. He has been so genuinely favored all these, I don't know, close to 18 years. He has proven himself to be a man. Not many that stands with me, you all know that. And he said to me, Rayat, the reason that I know and what keeps me in this path of righteousness. I have never heard you when a sin is identified. You don't put yourself in the direct path. It's me. I've committed it all. I've done that. It's me, Yah. The Torah speaks to me. This is a wicked generation. Wicked. And they think that they're going to serenade into the kingdom. You're twisted liars. That's what he all once thought there when he rescued them out of the bondage. He killed them all. He didn't let them go in. You all once are not even walking in the promises, the dabarim. That's what the word promise means. It is the daba. It is the dabarim. Yah has spoken it. It's written to us. And not some kind of identity that you're as damn, as doggish and dirty as you were when you say you found him. Let alone he found you. I'm not here to placate. I'm not here for money. Don't need any. I can eat this evening. That's enough for me. I can sleep comfortably. That's enough for me. And that's a fact. I want to teach. And I preconceived in my mind that I could do it in one teaching. I want to go into details in every aspect of what I would teach concerning tithes, tithing, and the vile, damnable lies. I have been wrong about everything in life. There is not one account that I can say that I was right on. My suspicion, my speculation, my interpretation, they're all wrong. There's one thing I've learned over 40 years teaching this, that the Torah of Yah needs no voice talking from above, your wicked mind talking to you. This is a walk by Emunah. And these dirty liars will tell you that Yah spoke to me, your God did. But Yah hasn't said one damn thing to you. We don't believe the witness and the testimony of YHWH HaMashiach. That's what Benny Hinn says. That's what T.D. Jake says. That's what Christendom says. And all these violently evil men and these prostitutes of their Christendom, they say that. And everything we have learned has come by this corrupt, violent regard or rich according to Christendom. Let me see this and I'm going to begin. I remember back in the 90s, those that were from one West and all, 20,000 a year. Nothing happened. I didn't lose 1 ounce of sleep here. I was not fearful because I knew they were liars. There were many that have said that. And so they say to you that of my you, we are the Hebrew Israelites. We have been elected of Yah. We're in the promise of that zero, that seed of Abraham. Yet 416, 19. You don't hear the dogs from one West talking about 2019. If it doesn't transpire within the year of Yah's new year, you know it's a lie. You follow nothing but lies. He puts P-O-O-T-S, he scattered his people to the southern hemisphere, to the northern, to the west, to the east, throughout the continent of Africa, throughout the world. And this dirty, nasty flesh that we purport, boasted, it stinks. It smells like funky chicken droplets. We make our identity, I make my identity in Yeshua because I know who I am. That's a fact. You don't want to listen, shut it off. Find you someone else. I had one to call me this morning saying, right there in Florence, I say, go online, we'll be on live in a few minutes. It's amazing that people will run 40, 50 miles to a store for sale. They got time for every wicked thing it is. But when it comes to y'all, they have no time. You're in the right place because you will be taught today from Torah, not from what some spirit said, but from what Yah says in his book. Because everyone will tell you, he told me his name. You are a filthy, dirty, stinking liar. Everything you know, you have heard. The child doesn't know what no or yes is until they are taught. You've been taught in a precept and a concept or a way, and you will argue that to hell. I say this before I proceed. And those that would debate and want to debate, I was said to my issue this morning, there's one teaching I will be gone after Tabernacle. I have put in over 100 plus hours, 300 pages of Torah, and also researching every detail. Men will read something and they think they know it all. It doesn't come out that way. Yahweh was a knowledgeable man in every aspect of Torah. But when the life of YHWH came in, it was different. So you that are settled, turn off the other entertainments. Don't even listen. I'm that brazen and I'm that bold, and I will not repent for any of you. Listen, we are going to deal with that terminology. We're going to break down every aspect of it. It's called tithe and the tithes. And those that they would tell you, send your tithing or your tithes to me. The damnable, vile lies, that has a S on that. So there is multiple functions of these lies. I must establish everything by Torah. I will not inject any kind of information or any kind of substance that as a young man I drew from. Everything strictly Torah. And one of the best places to start is in the Reshit, the Bereshit, the beginning. I'm going to bring out every lie of tithes. I will not apologize to no one, because I will give you the truth. Genesis chapter 28. Hallelujah. Bereshit 28. I want to begin here at verse 16. Here is the beginning, or it is a violent lie of what we call the tenth. How do we proceed in this? Either what this says is the truth, or those that barricade their lies as to what tithes represent, we're going to take it from the beginning down to our time. We will see if it's this or no. Those that say that it's, you bring veggies, you don't even grow one small tomato plant. These are these jackasses. It's amazing that they would tell you how to grow, and they've never grown a singular thing. They would tell you how to build, and they could not even build a brush harbor. I've had all kinds to come here, believe me. And I like the stubborn ones. I like to break their necks. It says in Genesis, Bereshit 18:16, Bereshit 28:16, Yaakov, that's it. Yaakov awakened. He awakened out of the sleep, and we must awaken out of our sleep of drunkenness of sin and corruption. He awakened out of the sleep and said, surely I know for a sure thing that Yahweh is in this place. and I knew it not. I had no conscience inches of my observance. I didn't even know he was among us. I didn't know that he was participating right here and to reveal his profound revelation unto me. And then when it said that, and he was Yareh, he was intimidated, he was afraid, he was frightened, he was taken awash and aback. And he said, how dreadful is this place. It is a terrifying thing to stand in the presence of Almighty Yah, especially you that continue in your foreboding of your sins and your corruption. And you take your identity above the standards of Yah. You live like dogs, you live wicked, and you have your pretense. And that's just a fact. How dreadful is this place with an exclamation mark. This is none other outside but Habayat, the bed of Yah. And this is the gate. He talks about the gates of the heavens of Hashemaiah. And we must understand where he was. Why did he say that? It's important. And Yaakov rose up early in the morning. The Torah tells us he took that stone, or he took the stone, the Eben, the cornerstone, the stone, YHWH. He laid the principles of everything in Beit YisraYah'ale here. And he took a stone, that which was precious, that he had put for his pillow. So you know he was not in some kind of enclosure. He was outside. YHWH being the head that he rested his head upon. You're the head of YHWH. YHWH is the head of man, and man is the head of woman. The stone that was rejected, the builders rejected it. We build off every kind of stone. Your stony wicked hearts, your corrupt ways, your violent pretense. But he is not the cornerstone. That cornerstone is based upon nothing but Imat truth, Torah. You find him through the annals of the pages. He had used this for his head, and he set it up a pillar. And the Torah says he poured Shemim. Thou anointest my head with oil. Yeshua is who anoint our head. He poured Shemim. He poured oil. It is the metaphor of the Shemim. It is to pronounce the valley that is fruitful, that is plentiful, that is much, it is abundantly. And I must say, I'm abundantly alive today. I live in the abundance of Yah's riches and of his truth. I'm abundantly reverberating or refreshed every day. That's what the oil of the pouring of the oil upon that stone. We don't anoint the head of YHWH. We curse him. We don't like our Rosh. We defy him. My mind talks to me all the time, but there is no element of a voice coming from there. You are liars, and I pronounce all of you as liars and perverters. My mind talks to me because of the volume of truth. In all these years, he has exposed me and imparted into my mind, and it will revert me back to Torah. He's talking to you, liar. Liars. He said, and I pour all upon the top of them. It was one. We have rejected this stone. We have rejected our head, YHWH. We have established our own lies and corruptions. We're violently evil. And that's the way we interpret the things of Yah, out of an evil the paradigm of Christianity. Those men today, they call themselves Hebrew Israelites. The stewards of profound utterance of teaching. They're saying the same thing of the end time as those of Christianity. They have taken that and just simply used the name Yah. And they're Hebrew Israelites. That's all they have done. This is still in appliance or compliance with the year 2019. You've been lied to. And they don't want you to remind them, but I'm going to remind them this year and the next year and every year. And you will invest your nefesh in some of the bull, galuth. That's what it is.
Yes.
Then, profoundly here in verse 19 of the same chapter, he called and he kara, vocalized it with a great sound from his inward parts. And he called the Hashem, the name to establish the power of what was revealed there. He named the place Bethel or Bethel, simply the bed of Almighty Yah. He named this is Yah's bed. This is Bethel or Bethel. This is Bethel. He named it Bethel. There was no house there. There was no building there. None whatsoever. Look at what he did now. We will go from the beginning and establish the Torah of Yah. And anything outside of that is a violent, damnable, twisted lie. These violent, evil ones that call themselves Hebrews, they can't even get together and love each other. They can't even move in and live with each other. They cannot share the expense with each other. They're not going to do a damn thing. Period. Can I say this to you all, please? There's only one thing in life I hate. I didn't do. I learned this concept from an old Black Baptist preacher in the Delta, Mississippi. I hate that I did not go visit that old man and just show him pictures. Took everybody off welfare. Take half of their welfare a month and buy meals. Sold them. They purchased a dairy farm. He was an ignorant old man, but he had something in his heart for the people. These, they call themselves Hebrew Israelites. Don't give a damn about nobody. The old man did it again, and it flourished. I will be honest with you, about 10 years ago, I looked to find him because he had done the New York Post, the Wall Street Journal. He was so impressive that they went down to interview the old man. And so when I found out at that time he had passed on, I regret that above all things. I regret this above all things. That's one thing. If I could change in my life, I would go sit at that old man's feet. I don't give a damn if he's a Baptist. But he had enough care to care for the people. And these wicked Hebrews, they don't give a damn. Or they care about mama and sister and brother, son or daughter, and they will let them get by with any damnable thing. You will not do that here. Period. They're not raising men today, they're raising boys. That's a fact. Look what it says in verse 9. And he called the name of the place Bethel, the house of Yah. But the name that the city was called, it was called Luz. Why did he call it that? You must understand, I know that these men today will not, they give you some fabricated meaning. It simply means that beautiful almond tree at first. Now, for you to understand that, all right, I will take you back, a course back. Hold your finger there and turn quickly to Numbers Bimidbar. This was the seal of Yah's authority among his nation. Before there was a Moshe, there was a Yaakov. Before there was any instructions of tithing or the tenth, there was a Yaakov, and before him was an Abraham. Now I want to read this. He called the name of the place because all of this is significant. Look here at Numbers 17:8. It says this, and he told the house, there shall always be a memorial. It was a memorial unto Jacob. 17:8. And it came to pass that on the morrow, Moshe went into the tabernacle of witness. And behold, the rod, the Shabbat, the house. A Shabbat is not only the branches, but it represents YisraYah'ale, the house. And the rod is going to bear the ground, it's going to rise. It says, and the rod of Aaron, for the house of Levi had budded, and it brought forth buds, and they bloom blossoms. And what did they yield? And they yield shochet. They yield almonds. They yield almonds. This is no coincidence. These that call themselves teachers of Torah, they're ignorant. It says, and the rod budded with Aharon. Yet there he said, this is the place where Yah, I will call the city Lutz, or Lutz. It is almond tree, it is refreshing. Obey YisraYah'ale. In essence, they shall rise again. And with the memorial of Haran, Moshe went into the place of witness, of Eduth. Yet he saw that the rod had budded. I don't need no spirit to talk to me about this. I need the life of Torah. Teach me this. That is my inspiration. Can I take what my mother heard say to me? I've heard some wicked, violent, evil, sadistic mess. I'm thinking coming from there that talks to this. And you are dirty, filthy liars to say, when the testimony of Yahshua doesn't speak, he established that beautiful testimony of Yahshua. Yeah. Did he go farther, as our Zachin Bilmi was saying? Verse 21 of Bereshit Genesis. Verse 21 of 28. So that I come again to my Abbat's Beyad in Shalom. That's what we did today. We came to Yah's house in Shalom. He's talking about his father of promises. Then shall Yah be my Almighty. That's what he says in verse 22. He talks about the Eben, the stone, the builders rejected, the chief stone, and everything is built upon Yahshua, and from the principle of that Rusha. And the stone which I have set for a pillar, for a Maseda, a pillar is strong. A pillar supports. Yes. Which I built for a pillar shall be Yah's bed. This is where Yah's house shall be. Not only in that natural place, but also in the depths of his ruach, in the depths of his being. And that's what he said. He used the conjunction and of all, cold, yes. The fullness, yes. Everything, all things, and all that Yah shall give me, and all that Yah shall give me. Look at the word he used. Yes. Everything we have, Yah gave it to us. Hallelujah. All that Yah shall not done. He's the one that bestows nation. He's the one that grants. He granted us a name. He granted us a kingdom blessing. And all that Yah shall not done, all that Yah shall give me, I will surely. It is of an affirmation. I will surely not done. He did not say a percentage. He did not say, I will give it to the poor. He says, I will give the Isah. I will give this aside. I will give a tenth. It says that in the book. Does it not? The abominable, damnable lies of tithing. He said, I will give a tenth. So all of this rhetoric that men are spewing out, saying you don't tithe, it's a damnable, twisted, evil lie. I will prove it. He said, you are dedicated. That's how the promises are fulfilled in Him. That's how the promises are fulfilled in Him. And you're not a Hebrew Israelite. You're stingy as a dog. Yes. You give Walmart 30% a month. You give the utility a great amount. You don't bring a damn thing to Yah. You're evil. Yes, you are wicked. You're not the seed of Abraham. You do not possess the promises of Jacob. I'm going to break this whore down. Hallelujah. Where you bring veggies, bring me some veggies there. I love collard greens. Now, by the way, now, we planted 5,000 plants. And the only plant that didn't pan out, it was some of the little things that I love. Talk to me. And so what do we do with that? Well, we transplant that with some mustard. 3 different kinds. You better eat the mustard. Spicy, sweet mustard greens. I love mustard greens. So that's what you're going to do, all right? Yeah. He said of all that, everything that Yah gives you, He said, I will give you a tenth. We don't give Him a damn thing. I don't impugn you that way. I'm talking about those that listen. They're not even hearing anything like this, and they're extortioners. I'm going to bring it all out. But yet they will come here and expect. Isn't it amazing how they will adjudicate their lies and their feelings against us when they were nice? You're a dirty damn dog. You're lying. You left and lied. We have mistreated no one, but don't come here with your felonious, bogus bull. Don't try to bring us nothing. If anything you can bring us is your back. Yeah. Get out there in the fields and work with me. I'll see what you made of. In the 100-degree weather, I'll see if you're a little boy. I'll see that, all right? Hallelujah. Yeah. Shut your mouth. He said, all that you grant to me, I will give you a tenth. This is a generation that is so evil. They will not give a 1%. There are many that listens to the teachings. They will not assist. They don't think that it takes electricity. No, we're not living off the grid. Right. Well, you ought to put up solar power. Isn't it amazing? People would tell me that, and they don't even have. I could see if you got a little building out back. You got it all solar dressed out and everything. Go to hell. Yeah. You don't even do that, and you're telling me to do it. What is the advantage for me? Show me how it's going to work for me. And that's the way this juvenile generation is. I never tried anything. It's like you coming here telling me how to build a building like this. You didn't help me build this one. Or how to do the electrical work. I got. Or how to do the... That's this arrogance of this generation. I'm going to slow walk you down to the gutters of hell. Yeah. Everything you give me, was that established? I will give you a tenth. I will bless and pour out this anointing upon YisraYah'ale, that the Sarah of Jacob, I will teach them and show them. Out of my bosom shall the house fulfill the promises, the Dabarim of Abraham. Yeah. You don't give a damn nickel. I'll break it down, son. All right. Yeah. How should we do it? There's one by the name of Sharach. profound teacher of eloquency, that as he taught in the, if I must say, University of Yah, there in Yerushalayim. I want to read this. Sirach, chapter 35, verse 1. There is no one like these Hebrew Israelites. Oh, I keep the Torah. No, keeping the Torah is Shema. You guard it with what it inputs into you, and you operate on that command of Yah. Tell me if I'm reading this wrong, if I'm nothing but a dirty lion. He says, he who keeps Shema, who guards HaTorah, does it say many rabbah? Yes. They make many offerings. Yes. They don't make a few, they make many offerings. Not just one or two, they make rabbah abundantly, tremendously. Not just tithes, they make many offerings. What they do with fruit and turtle doves, okay, I'll accept that. I won't debate you on that. He said, he who heeds, perceive the wisdom of the mitzvot, the commandments, offer shalom offering. I speak to you the shalom of Torah today. Yeah. I speak to you the fullness of Torah. This is vitally important. He who returns a kindness offering or offer of fine flour, and he gives alms, he's a buck, he gives alms now. I want you to retain that one, the word alms. He gives offerings, he gives contributions. He says, he that gives alms, when you give, you zabach. I know it says sacrifice there, but you zabach. You zabach a praise offering. See, that's how we do it. Not just in you opening your mouth, but you give what your commands. Either you're going to trust him or you don't. There are people who will never send one dime. I'm not begging. We have abundance here. We have food, such variety. Everything from fish to goats to chickens, the guineas, we have it abundantly. Beautiful Angus beef will cost you $6, $7, $8, $10 a pound because it's all organic. Don't talk that bullshit to me. Don't tell me you don't eat beef, you're a liar. A man called me from Indiana. Well, I want to help you to get, you know what help you get your life. I said, go to hell, man. I said, you're such an ignorance man. You called me, you didn't even introduce yourself. People have no decorum today. If I call you, I will say, how you doing, my friend? You know, my name is Tithe YisraYah'ale, and I was so enthralled with you, hearing you. They don't even have they're stupid. They're ignorant. That's how stupid they are, my friend. I get it all the time. The woman called this morning, well, I saw you guys, and I want to know where you are. I'm from Jamaica. I want to know where you are. This is how ignorant. If I walk in a place, I will say, hi, how are you all doing today? One person posted, oh, that's, his voice is so fake. How in the hell would you know my voice is fake? You never lived with me and been around me. You don't know how I talk. You don't know how I train myself. You don't know how and what I have done. I go in places at times, and I would do things that all the intention is wrong. Someone will say, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, ma'am. How are you today? How is everything? Just, that's the way. I don't have to, well, I can't talk. Well, how are you? No, I can't talk like that. I don't talk like that. Fool! I can't say, what's up, dog, baby? What's up with the ball game? We thumping on the ground, we making the bump, bap, boom. That's not my thing. I've never been like that. And I'm as ignorant today as I was 40 years ago. I'm going to show us something here. Hallelujah. 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 He says in verse 3, to depart and keep from wickedness, Ra, in pleasing to Yah, and you will forsake unrighteousness. Is an atonement. That's what an offering is for. Sirach 35, verse 4. That's what the offering is for. That's why you give. As the old one would say, you can't be Yah given. Then verse 35, verse 4, chapter 35, verse 4. He says, do not appear. Do not come in my presence, Yah says, before Yah empty-handed. You dirty liars. I'm not talking, listen. There are those that rob the people. We have given all here. But you have rewards for that. You have a beautiful place, your children are safe. Nobody's selling dopes and nobody blasting guns. You're not living in some dirty rat hole place. You're paying $1,500 a month rent. The water is not clean. We got 5 wells around here and they pour out pure water. We got food that lasts us. You want it? You don't even want to come take it from us because we will say get off our grounds. And don't come in with your folly now. Don't come here thinking you're bodacious boy. Don't come here with that. And so every time we've given all. It's for our benefit. And because we've given all, nobody's lucky. Nobody is hungry. And that's a fact. These wicked Hebrew Israelites, they call themselves the seed of Yaakov. They hate each other so they can't even stay in the same apartment together. Sister with 2 children, you teach your mother and train her, set your butt down, your children, teach them that they're not heathens. You're going to take that room and that bathroom. How do I know it works? Because I've done it here. And when they left here, they in trouble, all of them. Every now and then I look at that picture, 135 people lived here. The babies are adults. That little child like you're holding, they're all adults now. It is sad. I talked to one the other day, he called me, I said, get out of, boy, don't. I said, you're nothing but a corrupt, evil devil of hell. I said, don't call me. When I finished with that boy, when I finished with him, you see, if it had not struck him in the heart, you want to talk, oh, well, just press on. No, I tell him, you're a dirty dog of hell. He didn't call me back. See, if he had been bold and brazen, he would have called me back. Yes, he would have. I said to him, I will know if I struck a dagger in his heart. And I knew I did. You want to placate them. I don't placate nobody. I don't even placate me. Do not appear before Yah empty-handed. For all these things are to be done because of the commandment. Yaakov said, I will give you 10th of all I have. Asa. You don't give a damn dime. But you will give that 10th to Walmart. You'll give it to Kmart. I don't say anything funny. I have no jocularity. I'm not a damn clown. That's our problem. We think things are somewhat humorous. I don't say one damn thing that is humorous. We don't understand the impact of what we're up against. Our lives, we don't understand that. You're going to die, fool. All these things will be done because of the commandments. The offering of a Sadiq man. He anoints the offering, Sadiq man. When you give an offering, it anoints the offering. It causes the great fragrance of Yah to flow. It causes the one that Yah instructs, or those they instruct, to do righteously by it. I will be a fool. And you all will know that I'm not doing righteous about what he gives and what you all give. The place will look like this. It will look like a nasty whole mess. And believe me, when people come in there, are at all like, wow. And they can't even take 2 nickels and rub them together and produce nothing. The old saying, behind every man is a tough wife. And I can say that she's never complained. She's never raised hell with me because I wouldn't let her. she will go to the boondocks and sleep on the ground with me. That's a fact. These things you call wise, they're not wise. Even the sensuality is not even pleasing to you. It says, that's an offer man's righteous wife. And it look, let me read verse 6 again quickly. And the offering of a Sadiq man anoints the altar. There's a comma there, isn't it? Yeah. There's a profound utterance to add substance to what he just said. And it pleases. And it pleasing. And it's pleasing, sweet fragrance. I know what it says there in your turn, in the book you're reading. The fragrance rise before the Most High. Yeah, that's what the fragrance does. So when a man, listen, if he lays down, that's what we will call minuscule offering and give to Yah. He has worked. He has been sincere. He has not denied Yah's house. He has denied himself. He has denied things that he would want, but he bring that off to Yah. And Yah says, you think what I said to Yaakov and Abraham, I'm not going to bless you? When a man does that, it makes a fragrance go before Yah. But he sure will go to the Walmart's youngins and say, I'm bringing you an offering, and buy some cheap, cheesy mess. And call themselves righteous by buying a little bit of cheap food, taking it to someone. Yah never told you to do that. He told you to bring your offerings and your tithes to his house. You are a damn liar. And these are the damnable liars. I know I worded that, teacher. Yes. I wanted it to be a metaphor that you don't even know what I'm going to say. These are liars. These are damn liars. Well, you know, tithes were fruits. You are a wicked dog. Yeah. Let me ask you all this. Will you agree with me? You that are listening, send an offering of your tithes today. If I prove to you today that Yah says you send the money, the kesef, I'll show you. Yeah. I don't lie. Verse 7. He said, the Shabbat of a just man is accepted, and the memory of it shall never be forgotten. When you do things justly, the way you Achim give here, the way your daughters, my mother, the way you all give, and you the way you all give, Yah says that's a just man. He is Yoshua. He's a man that is straight. His conversation is straight. I will not adjudicate Torah for some children of mine, or some hoish daughter, or some filthy wife. I will not. That's the way I preach. You that first time listening today, you my friends, I preach like this all the time. That's why I ask people, have you listened to me? You may not want to come here. I always ask people that. Have you listened to me? Oh yeah, I saw your video and you were cooking. That ain't what I ask. I would tell them, go online, listen to this one 10 minutes, that one 20. I said, because you may get yourself in a dangerous hellfire coming here. Listen to me first. Yeah. Go listen 15 on this message, 20 on this one, 30 on this one. Brother called me from New York. I said, no, you haven't listened to me. Go listen. He called me a month and a half, 2 months ago. I remember his name. He said, I'm calling you. I want you to help me, teach me. Undoubtedly, he's listened to some of the teaching. I've had them and told them that I've never seen them again. I said, go listen to that, this, and that. I just looked some today, and I know over the years, there are 5,000 teachers just catalog on my shelves. And I laminate them so they'll last a while. At least 5,000. You take that 5,000 teachings on everything. These Akim are not dumb. You go to college and read from books and you utilize those principles. It's crazy not to take them and use them. Yeah. He said, you will never be forgotten. Verse 8. Give Yah his honor. You do it right with the Tavai. And do not stench. You understand what that word S-T-I-N-T means? I'll tell you what it means. You know what it means before you even read it. You're so smart, you know what everything means. The word stench, it means don't be a frugal jackass. Don't say I give 5 and you should have given 500. Don't be frugal with Yah. You give him all. He said don't be frugal, don't be stingy. Don't do that. Don't be stingy. with Almighty Yah. Don't limit the amount. That's what it means. If you think I'm lying, look it up and see what it means. And we limit Yah. We don't limit ourselves, but we limit Yah.
Yes.
Don't be frugal with Yah. Do you give him part of your heart or all of it? Don't answer me. You give him a little bit of love, or you give him all your love. He commands you to love him with all. Chul. Everything here. All your liba, all your love, all your nefesh, your being. And then he said, I sure you won't like that. You won't like that. Love him the same way you love me. And I use this expression in a way that I intend to offend. These doggish individuals call themselves Hebrews. They don't give a... You know why I would put damn about no one. They don't care. As the world is concerned, I could have lived better than most men. It doesn't mean a damn thing to me. I didn't choose this way. Y'all chose this path for me. And I know who I'm working for. I know who I'm working for. He goes on to say, don't give, do not stint the first fruit of your hand. And that's why he gives us and causes our grounds to grow. Your paycheck, you got a raise. Don't be frugal with that raise that you got. Give what belongs to Yah. You pay the tithes and you bring an offering. He says, this is how you do it. I want to show you all something. Here, if you write this down, if you don't have Sirach. Sirach 35 verse 9. He says, with every, does it say every? Yeah. E-V-E-R-Y, you will say with kul, K-O-L-E, with every gift. You show a cheerful countenance. I gave that $50 and I need that to pay my rent. That's how they are. But you put $50 in the gas tank and think nothing of it. He says, do everything with a cheerful countenance. I don't give a damn if you don't have a nickel. You bless Yah. I don't care if you're getting $100 a month Social Security. You send a gift to Yah. That's what you do. When I got married, I was making $2.65 an hour. But I wasn't no stingy dog. And that's just a fact. It's a fact. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. With every gift you do it. And he says this. You all listen. You all look in the book now. Look what it says. Look what it says. Look, you that have Sirach, all right? Look what it says here in Sirach 30 and 10. What it says here. You all don't worry about who's coming in. You here, don't worry about that. He says this. I'll give you all time. Thank you. He says this. With every gift, just gifts now, show a cheerful countenance and dedicate, does it say your tithes?
Yeah.
Dedicate your tithes with what? Gladness.
Yes.
You dedicate them with gladness. Did he say dedicate your tithes?
Yes.
Did he say dedicate your tithes?
Yes.
This is the 30th generation. The homes are not blessed. They're in so much damn debt. I was reading that said to us recently that people are so in bondage and debt because they want to keep this appearance that they're so broke. I'm not broke. I'm broke, but I'm not broke. That's what they do. And look what it says in the next verse. Give to the Most High according as he has enriched you. I'm not talking money. If he enriches us with knowledge of his truth and wisdom of his truth, then we should give according to how he has enriched us. If he's enriched you to receive the knowledge of Torah, you give that way. Yeah. The only sad thing that I have in mind is that this is not going to be replicated. People are not going, these Hebrew Israelites are not going to do it. They will call me, I will say, look buddy, come down south, anywhere buy a piece of land. This land today will cost you, if these businessmen get their hand on this land with all the water on here, you can get it for less than $1 million. I thought this morning, my Zachin, that bank or the gold company, that gold conglomerate of $1 billion entity, more than that, they have bought every piece of land around here. And even when they came to me, they said, look, if you let us, we will pay you $100 a year per acre. And I thought about the $10,000 every year. I said, that's not bad. They would give us $10,000 a year. That would be nice. Beach trip and fun trip for the children at the tabernacle. And I said to this man, they got everybody wrapped up. I said, bring me the contract. I got a lawyer, let them look at it. I'm the only one he didn't call back. And every spot around us, they got those pipes in the ground where they can sense the resonation of gold and whatever's around here. And they own miles on 601. They own everything. I'm like that Mexican. I let them, that Chinese man, I let them dig all around me. You're not moving us out for no $500,000. Our lives are in this place. They own all the land. And these bros will not get together, buy a piece of land in the south, even 50 acres. Build you some nice barns on there. Move you some young bucks down here that are not lazy, know how to work, and start with some raised beds, a greenhouse, and producing things you can run back to your cities and make money. Don't you know that the white boys, and they have become millionaires, bartering with people, buying veggies in the south, taking them back, says, oh, organic, and your fruitcake, you buy it. It's just a fact. Where's the leadership of the Hebrews? These camps. And I look at these, I guarantee I can bring any of them down here and say, you can run this for us. Some of them look like hogs, big belly, gut belly men. It's just the truth. You don't have to buy it. Hallelujah. I'll read that again. Give to the Most High according as He has enriched you. The way He has enriched you, that's the way you give. And you have gotten, give generously. You give beyond your ability with the eye that is glad, a cheerful eye, the eye of gladness. For Yah is the one who repays. He repays Shalem. He causes His great riches to fall upon us, and He will repay you sevenfold. That's what He will do. Shibata. He will give you 7 times as much. And I must say that He has given us. We had nothing but bills. You owe nobody today. You got comfortable homes, beautiful place to eat and eat wonderful food. You're not bound. And that's just a fact. You know, you all don't worry about what they're doing out there. You know, when I look at your faces, it's a disturbance. You're more concerned with that than what y'all speaking to you. Don't worry about that. That'll be taken. Don't worry about that. Can I ask you all a question? You that are business persons, you're going for a job on a contract. Can you imagine if you went to someone's house and you're talking to the customer, but you're paying attention to the next door? They will say, get off of my grounds. Now, don't disrespect y'all that way. It's none of your damn business what's taking place out there. None of your damn business. Oh, I know that you're going to drop me. Oh, that's all right. I want you to. It's none of your damn business. You mind your own business. And then if it is afforded for you to know, it will be told, you mind your business. You got enough distractions with you.
True.
You got enough of that. Don't worry about what's in there, out there. You that are first time online, I do it all the time. I talk to us in here, and you that for the first time here, don't do that. Pay attention. That's right, Ima. Pay attention. None of your business. You don't know what they're saying, you can't figure it out. I hate that. You do business that way? I don't. When I go to do business with men, I look them in the eyes, and I never bat an eye. Never. We're going to talk. I don't bat an eye. You know what always happens? I get favor. All the time. God has blessed me much with men. I don't back down. I don't like you, preacher. I really like you. That's all right. I'll like to do business with you as well, sir. You know, we always worry about everything but the right things.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
You're always trying to instigate in others' affairs. Mind your own business.
Hallelujah.
Please, you that are listening, don't come here until you listen to me. Don't visit. I'm telling you that because I'm not like those that you are accustomed to hearing. My language is bombastic. It doesn't respect no one. When you're wrong in Yah's house, it's almost like you're taking your children to an appointment. And there are those that will say, keep your children still. We're in Yah's house. Our minds can't even stay still for a moment. That's sad. You don't want to hear it, but that's all right. You hear now. You got up this morning. You're going to hear it. I want to insert that one more time. In Sirach 35 verse 9. With every gift, you show the shimshah of your ponim, of your countenance, and you dedicate your tithes. You pay them with gladness. So that means I bring my corn. Go get me your corn, then I'll sell it. You don't even grow a bean. You don't even know how to grow one of the simplest things, a cabbage or anything like that. But these are the lies that they are purporting. These are the lies that they are purporting among those that identify with Hebrewism. And they're speaking lies and every kind of corruption. How do you build without funds? Some of these dogs with 3 and 4 women that they call themselves wives, you have no sense of worth, woman. If you become a part of a boy's harem, you're not even a dog. Don't tell me there are more women. These are damnable lies. I'm a student of life. Even in the most populated city like New York, there's only like 1.2% of women more than men. Because of it in the prison house, it's not no 2 women to every 1 man. That's a damn lie. It's a flat out lie. I'm a student. I go to the FBI, their census, and CIA and all. I do that. And that's what these dogs are telling the women, that they will be a part of their harem. You can't even handle one. You didn't stay with that first one, but a year. Man, love your wife. Yes. No, man, wife, you love your husband. Let the elderly women, a woman doesn't know how to love. That's why it tells the elderly mothers to teach the wife how to honor and love their husband. He commands the daughters, first of all, scripture says, just honor your man. You may not know, but still honor him as your head. Honor him as your man. Honor him as your rush. And then it tells you elderly women that have experienced marriage for all these years. No man but this man, no wife but this wife. You teach the young daughters how to love their husbands, how to be kind and sweet. And he commands you, man, love the wife as Yahushua loved his assembly. I know you don't know how to love, man, because you ever had men in your life. You don't know how to love the woman. But there's a man that knows how to love this woman that he is betrothed to. That's a fact. So what does a young boy know about a wife? Or some kind of sensual desire? He's silly. You don't marry because of some sensual pleasure. You marry because you know it's Yah's will. It's a beautiful thing, and the wife will satisfy you beyond the boundaries of fulfilling the great desire of your mind. And that's a fact. You don't know anything, no way. She doesn't know anything. So just wait. You're pure. You're virgins. Hallelujah. So we should give our tithes that way. Verse 10, give to the Most High according he has enriched you, and as you have gotten, give generously with a cheerful eye. For Yah is the one that repays, and he will repay you sevenfold. Then he tells us this, do not offer a bribe. Don't offer some. There are those that will come to these nasty whorehouses. They will go to these camps and they will give $1,000. The leader becomes impressed. They began to exude them. Look what Sister So gave. She's corrupt. She's a filthy whore. That's my brother, my sister. They're not mine. Yahushua gave me the pattern of my Achim and the daughter of Tizayon. Those that do Asa, those that Asa do, those that Shemak hear and do Asa, perform the pleasure, the will, Hafiz of Almighty Yah. Not my brother. Not my sister. Live in every kind of corrupt way. They're not my brothers and sisters. Those that Shemach, they must hear the Torah of Yah. And then when they hear it, they must asah. They must do that little two-letter word. They must perform it. They must allow it to activate in their lives, that it transformed them. Not mine. I got nieces and nephews that are grown men and women. I haven't seen them since they were babies. That's me. I'm a great uncle. Maybe a great uncle. I don't know them. They don't know my father. They despise Yah. I have no fellowship with darkness. I will not Yukon. I will not. Hallelujah. He says in verse 12, do not offer him. Don't offer Yah. As though, well, I quote, I'm good to everybody, unquote. You're filthy. You're nice to no one. You're not even kind. I do right by everybody. You are a filthy liar. You stole time off the job from the man. You lied that you were sick and you knew you weren't sick. Do not try to offer him a bribe or think to corrupt with a gift. That's what a wicked man does. He pulls a gift out and he corrupts. There are men that started out with some kind of decency, but people gave them money because they liked them and they corrupted them. There are many. You'll be surprised. But it was one thing that y'all taught me as a young, ignorant preacher. Don't take the offerings. And the first time I took an offering, we were there together at that little apostolic church up there, where you knew the lady that's and that was the first time. She came and she grabbed my hand and she said, preacher, they used to talk like that. Nobody talks like that. And when he asked the people to give an offering, the people gave. You were with me. And they gave, and when that fella, I'm looking at him, told him how much it was, he said, oh, no, you can't give him that. Buddy, I didn't come there for money. You didn't have to give me a nickel. I didn't even want your money. I didn't even want, there are folks that don't even take their offerings, and never took their offerings. And that old mother grabbed my hand, and she squares it. She did not squeeze it, she squares it. She said, nobody talks like that. Nobody preach like that. I was about to say, ma'am, put that in the offering, you take it. And if Yah ever gave me the unction, when I saw the mother, I received that from her. I did. I never covered money. These are greedy dogs today. Your leaders of your Hebrew communities, they're greedy dogs. They may have 2 or 3 wives, and young men have no mind. What do you think happened over there in Dimona? You must forget, don't forget that Benjamin said he wasn't going to die. And the dog died. And there are those that say, well, just, well, you can't hold that. I do hold that. He's going to be judged by the lies and his damn corruption. As he take the little young daughters away from the young men, they're turning to homosexual, and that's what these dirty old dogs do. That's what these dirty old dogs from hell do. And the same thing in these camps all throughout America. Your brothers' wives, that family say, everywhere we go, they're after my daughters because they're virgins. Nobody here was after them. Everybody. They're nothing but a pack of dirty dogs. The feast days they get drunk, and all they want to do is they play on each other's wives. You don't come here with that. You don't even come here with that. I don't care who you think you is. Yeah, I understand what I said. You're not coming here with that. I don't care who you is. You're not coming here. Fact of the matter. Let me move on. Now, hallelujah. He says here, you know, what you'll give. For he will not accept it. I do not trust to an unrighteous Shabbat. Don't think that I look, but baby, I gave this and I gave that. I gave that to Yahweh YisraYah'ale. You give me nothing. Yeah. Because every dime that comes here is accounted for. It is seen. We're not a 501c. With the Vasas Telada. You don't have to do that. I wouldn't do it if they didn't have to do it. That's a fact. Our school is a reputable school. Inspectors come there and when they see this beautiful place, wow. Our children speaking Spanish to them and sign language and all of that. Yeah. Daddies treat boys to be soft lollipops, playing damn video games, and I don't give a damn if you don't like me. Yeah. Daughters lazy and slothful as they come. Can't even bake a damn chicken. Not even fry a piece of fish. Well, they make them sorry. I don't care if you don't love me. Tell your daddy, Dawid, listen to that man in Jefferson, South Carolina. Where are young men, the leaders, the nation building? Learn everything you can from your uncle and your daddy. Build a house. Yes. Boys can't even build a go-kart. I will. They can touch. And that's it. They have no masculinity of strength as a man. And that's a fact. I know what I'm saying. I see them all the time. They like talking to me, though. They do. I'm straight up with them. Young men like talking to me. You'll be surprised because I know how to approach them. Moving on. He says, and do not trust in an unrighteous Zadok. Why? For Yah is the judge. And he will judge you with no chada, no partiality. He's not going to pay honor to you because you say you're a Hebrew Israelite. Yeah. You obey it, Neftali or Neftali. That's stupid. We are the same people, those that are the Hebrew descent, that he had to bust their head and kill them and kill the dirty, nasty young'uns as well. Kill them all. Do you care about snapping your wicked boy's head? Your little whore's daughter? May she be damned. And you don't even exalt that young daughter. You know she's striving to do right. You tell a filthy whore, you look so nice. She's a whore. She looks nasty. She stinks. And you will never compliment a daughter of Zion? Go to hell. That's the way I talk. And I don't apologize for my language. Because I'm a student of etymology. I know what words mean, the origin, what it implies. Yeah, I said because you didn't have the love for the truth. Right. Unto Thessalonica, I will send you strong delusion that you may believe a lie. Why? That you all might be damned. I'm going to damn you. I'm going to damn your wife. I'm going to damn your son. I'm going to damn your wicked mammy and your wicked grandpappy too. You going to love me or you going to despise me. That's all right. I have no compunction with none. But if you're hungry, I'll give you bread to eat. Don't worry about that. Can I proceed? You sure of that? Hallelujah. Now there are those that say you don't bring money. You send fruit. You give to the poor. Now either that's a lie or this is a damnable lie here, what I'm about to read, and break down every nuance of it, every verb and every noun. Is that all right? Dibarim, Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 22. Is that all right? All right. He used the word thou shalt with much truth, thou shalt truly, you shall be honest and honorable. Thou shalt truly, he says, I want you to aside. I want you to aside. It has different application in languages. Do you spell T-W-O the same way you spell T-O and T-O-O? Do you know when to use the word in context of sentence construct or syntax when you use the word T-O-O or T-O? Do you know that? Or you use the word T-H-E-R-E or T-H-E-R-R. It's amazing that in my segregated education they taught me those things. And your children don't even know how to damn read or write. All they know is how to move their fingers. We want to educate our children to think. Learn to think. That's it. They'll get the rewards. Can I say this, you my friends, to us, you've heard it. I let people know I'm a high school dropout. An uneducated turf. Nothing of substance. Yet God gave me the ability to talk upon men of the highest of educations. From master degrees to PhDs. I say this for you to learn that I'm not a greedy, grubbing man of money. I worked at IBM, one of the largest corporations in the world. I worked for a white boy that you call Esau. And he says to me one day, Dr. Graham, in his stupidity, that he had a PhD, he was a doctor of physics. I'm taking you with me. He's going to prove to me he was a real white boy. He gave me a job assignment with all Caucasians, engineers. Everybody had a degree but me. It went beyond the expectation of what Dr. Graham wanted. He threw me a big party. Well, he threw the big party because I knew he was going to take me with him. I quit the job. How have you learned everything, preacher? I've learned everything in life by being observant. I would go out and watch brick masons for an hour, just lay bricks. Watch carpenters build houses and plumbers. I watched them. I have an electrician here. Huh? Get down to the minute stuff I can do, but when you get to the real deal, now you got it. They can handle it. I will go and watch with observation. You can't learn a damn thing by sitting on your duff and not being attentive, not having observation. I've learned everything in life by watching. That's me. And shutting my wicked mouth. So don't come here thinking you're going to import something here. You're not going to do it. The Hakim are not going to let you do it. I've learned everything by watching. I've learned everything by watching. No man taught us how to build buildings. I do learn everything by watching and trusting and reading. And Yah materialize that in my mind. You understand? That's how this place was built. Hallelujah. Show me another one like this in America. Show me one. And I've been to communities. Show me one. I know about the one in Atlanta. They call themselves Atlanta Hebrew farmers. I looked at some of their farm. It was sad. Even the building they have, what they sell their produce out of, that was the first thing I would have done, painted it. I'd have made that pretty. Just a pretty building will make people come and what about your stuff? I looked at the garden, what they were growing, and said, they need to come up here and let me show them, and we show them how to get that thing right. That's a fact. Hallelujah. Look what it says in Proverbs, Devarim 14, 23. And you shall eat, 22 first. You shall surely tithe all of your tepuah. You shall tithe on everything. On your raises, your fruit, and all. Of your zerah, your seed. That the field bring forth year by year. So whatever it bring forth year by year, you must tithe. You must pay your tithe. You pay your tithes on your cabbage, your collard greens, and all of that. You must pay your tithes. But I will tell you what to do with those collard greens. We got 5,000 plants, collard greens, and every kind of green you want. We got it. Broccoli and all of that. Cauliflowers and all up there in the garden. And as Greta was saying, we got some nice cow meat too. We cow meat around here. That's part of y'all's dietary law. That's a fact. So silly. Well, the man up there in Indiana said, well, you're not supposed to eat meat, they got souls. Well, what does the word nephesh mean? It simply implies that there is life. And there has been the breath. Everything, even that tree, has life from Yah.
Yes.
I say, you are a stupid individual. I say, you're an ignorant man, first of all. You have no decorum. You didn't even introduce yourself. And you called me with all these questions. None of your damn business. I hung up. He called back. And then he writes me an email. Well, I want to come and help you. I don't want you to come and help me. Because you're a fool. I told him, you're a fool. You're not supposed to eat no kind of meat. So I said in what Luke said. And they gave Yahshua HaMashiach raw fish and honey. And he did eat. Yah gives us a law not according to your stupidity. He gives us a law and leave what to eat. He gave us a law. He gave us a law of our health. Sometimes we just like me, I just overeat. What's wrong with that? And then this fool wrote me back to say I'm interpreting that wrong. No, it interpreted itself. That's what they gave him. And it said he did asa. Asa, that means that, when they use the word asa, that means he put it in his mouth. And Granny would say he chowed it up, and he swallowed that. That's what happened. So he gives us a complete law for the structure of our health. But listen, you can't get out here. The big 300-400 pound logs on them trees. Eating just grits in the morning. You get some iron in you, like they say in Africa. You gotta get that iron in you. You gotta get some iron in your belly. Make you strong. Now you can't get out here with a bowl of cereals. That ain't gonna happen. You said what? No, sorry. You gotta get some iron. All right. Gotta get some iron in your gut. No pork chop. But it's all right to have a beef chop. And that's a fact. The cow's head, the cow's neck. Eat it all. I went the other day. We went out. I'm going to finish today. And so I was telling Shimbri and Zachim ben Mima. I said to the person, we got cows. We've had, over the years we've been here, hundreds of cows. We sold, we butchered. We haven't butchered a cow in a while. I said, we got cows, but I just cannot, we don't have enough cows for oxtails. And there's one thing about that place, it caters to Jews and all. I'm not a Jew. And you're not a Jew either. Foolish individual. There's no such thing as a Jew. That's stupid. We're the real Jews. You're a liar. You're just as fake as them then. You're just as fake as what there's no Jew. This hyperbole. So I was talking with a young woman. I said, I have some people, my family's big. That's how I talk. I said, I got grandyoungins. I asked her, how many oxtail will you get? She said, I get 3 at first, and I go back and I get me 3 more. She said, I may eat 6, and then I take 3 home. I said, okay. So I said to him, Raphael, we went out. I said, what place? At the place where all restaurants go. Jews and all, and Cuba, and all of them coming. From the Muslim, they sell everything from halal to Jewish, from kosher. And so I said, how much are your... They won't give you the price of the telephone. They won't do that. I went to both places. One lady says, ours $5.69 a pound. When I was eating oxtails, you get them for 39 cents a pound. I said, that's so kind. She said, but if you buy them this amount, we break it down a little bit. I said, okay. And we had conversations. I gave one of our cards. Go online and look at us. We're down there, Teach YisraYah'ale community. So the other place is like $4.17 a pound. I started to break down with them because they had what I was going to buy 100 pounds. It's a lot of money. So I said to Ema this morning, I said, I'll tell you what. And they sell nothing but Angus, pure Angus beef there. Sam's and stuff don't do that. I said, what if we get 50 pounds and get some of them big, thick beef ribs? I throw on the grill and just let the smoke flavor get in there, and we'll really have some, really have some rib sandwiches. How about that? I thought about butchering a goat or a sheep and just throw it on my rotisserie, but I got the energy like I got now. All right? This is how y'all intend this people to live in fellowship. And we can live with some of the most filthiest dogs, faggots, drunkards, and think we're doing right by y'all. And we don't give a damn about him. And I say it that way. I don't care if you don't like me. That's a fact. I don't like me at times. Hallelujah. He said, this is what you should do every year, verse 23. And you shall eat thereof, and you shall eat before YHWH in the place which he has chose to place his name. There's a comma. The tithes of your corn, please, you can bring all your corn. I'm not being facetious. I'm not trying to be funny. Please, grow 100 acres at a time. I don't mind you bringing me 10 acres of corn here. I got a man in this city that will sell it for me. Bring me your watermelons. You grow 10,000 plants. Bring me 1,000. We'll sell them. He said, corn or your tirusha, your wine or the new sweet nectar. That's what we need to have. And your oil and your firstling. We got sheep, we got goats, we got cows, we got them all. Bring me your goats. I'd like to interject a different breed of goats in here anyway. He says, and your firstling of your herds and of your flocks. Well, I wonder what they had, just pheasants. I'm going to teach them that I got a message that's probably will take me 10, 20 hours to teach it. Or anthology of they telling people you don't eat chicken. It's a nasty bird. I was looking at pheasants, and the little children come in, they look at the picture I got up on at one of the hatcheries, and they all look, Poppy, what is that? Because those pheasants look like some bad killer birds. But you can eat them. Well, you can't eat chicken! They're liars. The construct of a chicken, a domestic animal, it didn't come from the buzzard. These are ignorant liars. They don't even know what the word ornithology is. They can't even say it. But they can tell you everything. I've never seen such an ignorant generation that know everything but know nothing. No time studying, no time preparing themselves for debate. I'm going to do it soon, don't worry about it. I've had this for over 2 years. He says that you may learn to fear Yahweh. That's how you learn to fear him. Yira. That's one of the 7 ruachim. That's what those are for. The ruachim of Yah. The ruach of Yah. Yira. It's Yareh, that you fear the ruach of wisdom, the ruach of understanding, the ruach hachodash, the ruach of counsel. That's what these are for, that you may learn how to fear Yah, Yahweh always. never cease. Verse 14. Look at this. Now listen, you don't have to come all the way from Kansas City with all that. As Greta would say, that come. You don't have to come from New York, upstate with all them apples. Sure don't have to travel from Florida, not oranges, but all them oranges. You don't have to do that. So if it's too far for you, he made a provision. And if the way be too long for you, that's a long way to drive a big truck from New York with apples. I'm going to tell you what to do, what Yahweh said do. So that you will not be able to carry it. You got to rent a truck, you got to do all that. I'd rather you just put that part of the tithing. Or if the place be too far from you, you bring it all them cabbages from Cali you've grown 100,000, you're going to give us a tithe of that. I'll tell you what to do. I'll tell you what to do. Which your Abba, your Abba, shall choose to set his name. And we know that was in Jerusalem.
Yes.
When your Abba has blessed you, he said, this is what I want you to do. Is there a semicolon behind that last verse I read?
Yeah.
So that means there's a conjunction, compound, a sentence, according to the syntax of the language of man, doesn't it? Okay. Let me move on. He said, then shall you turn it into what?
Money.
Into what?
Money.
Into what?
Money.
Kesef. Money. These are lawyers of your nation. If it's too far for you to drive to take all the corn, the oil, don't drive. You take that, you sell it, you turn it into kesef. So these dogs that tell you bring veggies, they're lying dogs. It's amazing how we set on the ignorance of men. Can I say this to you that are listening, you that are here? 16 years ago, there were only 14,000 documents on the internet that even dealt with his name or anything. Feast days. I know what I'm saying. There were only 14,000. I don't care how you pronounce it, how you search it up. Yahuwah, Yahweh, Yahadaya, all the pronunciations. There were only 14,000. Some of you just began to walk and traverse this way. There were only 14,000. I know for a fact. And every kind of concept of you that identify with Hebrew Israelites, it comes from One West in New York. Go to One West now and see what's there. I think what's there now is a Burger King or a... They didn't even have enough damn sense to buy the place if it had that kind of historical purpose for them. They don't even have the ability to buy one apartment in New York City. Not one. They don't own the building, they don't own a damn thing, but they rob those poor women. They rob the men. They make them buy the unis and all their Sikhs, and they think, do me a favor, you all. I want you to put on the teaching that I taught, I don't know how long ago was. All the things like the Sikhs and all the Yah says, we must do it throughout all of our generation. And we're only doing one. And we don't even do that right. And see all the things he commands us. These jive, shut, bucking, clown, ducking Hebrew Israelites will not teach you the truth. They teach you something because they know you're ignorant. Look at all the people they debate with on the street. They don't know nothing. I say, y'all would love to debate them just on that line specifically. Just that. I would tell them a new one, all right? And that's just a fact. They don't tell you that. So they debate with people that are ignorant. They know that people have no sense, and they all say the same thing. It all comes from One West. All from One West. All from One West. The 12 tribes on the charts, that's a damn lie. There are more people in Brazil of YHWH than there are Americans that you call yourself Hebrew Israelites. Well, damn, Brazil should be the tribe of Yehuda. But you're arrogant dogs. Cuba, Puerto Rico, that's stupid. Let me say this, and we're gonna get done today. There is always there's a living hell. When you look at his skin complexion, his hairs, they ain't far. He just been in the sun more than him. Now would a man get that light? I'm going to teach this on Tabernacle. You going to tell me that Cubans, they came over as black as him, Hebrew Israelites, and yet they're damn near white now somewhere. That was the master boss man that started that seed. And that old color has stayed in the lie. R came out of the word Nicholas, or Nichols, that my father. That they had a family reunion down here many years ago of the slave house where the forefathers came out of Florence. I'm a student of life. So it is a Greekish name called Nicholos. Nicolosa, Nicolosa, Nicolosa. Mr. Nicholos, my great grandmother, she was a fine looking thing. Big bussin', robust, didn't need no silicones there. And paddocks beyond for the weight she carried and the miles she walked at. And the beauty of that black pristine skin. As white as snow. And a beauty that was beyond the heavens above the sun. His wife was impotent. She couldn't have babies. And she could not satisfy him. And he saw this robust, beautiful woman. She was young. She was a virgin. 19-ish. She had not been given. He takes her. He put 18 boys in her, 7 girls. He became the house ones. Not only he do that with her, but he had the one that they call Miss Fanny. He put 7 boys, not 7, but 7 boys in there. And he did his thing because he was a lustful dog. And all these boys, because of the tint of their skin color, some of the girls could get away, but the nappiness of their hair knew that they were from that lineage of that people that they call heathens. The married women looked just like you. So I came out of that lineage. What am I? This is the stupidity of your damnable teaching. What am I? What am I? And I'm darker than you. I know I'm darker than you. And I'm much darker than you. And I'm darker than you. I'm darker than you, and I'm darker than you. How about that? What am I? Your doctrine is a damnable lie. He scattered, puts, P-O-O-T-S, into the whole eretz, not the Ola, but every part of the world. Yes. This job Shabbat, and there were more slaves. You hear me? Went to Brazil than America. It was the shorter route. There were more slaves, but yet, why is just that nation alone, Brazil, is not on the chart? They're damn liars, and you buy that. Oh, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. You're a dirty, filthy sinner. You're a wicked boy. You're juvenile. You buy anything. I'll say you're New York City for a Cadillac. Just give me your Cadillac. Give me the keys. You can sign it over. This is the stupidity of this generation. So I'm not going to be loved. I will destroy your little false reality of your paradigm. One woman says, I'm of the seed of Dawid. I came out of him. I say, you damn liar. I will believe you on one instance. You can tell me where your mother's mother's grave is, and your daddy's side too. Tell me that, and I'll believe you. I'm an old man. You know how many people it took on, if I go back just 2,000 years? If I go back 2,000 years, you know how many people it took on my daddy's side to get me here, and my mother's side to get me here? I'm a student of life. It took 153,000 people on my mother's side. It took 153,000 on my father's side. That's just 2,000 years ago. How do you know? Because I'm a student of life. I'm not a dummy. I'm an ignorant man, but I'm not a dummy. It took that many people. How in the hell are you going to know how to trace a lineage? You're stupid. We're ignorant. We're foolish. And you do that for your own self-grandizing and your pride. He hates pride.
Yeah.
All kinds of pride. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. I tell you, you're a damn sinner, what you are. You're a wicked, dirty old man and a woman. You're full of your filthiness. That's how I talk to people. So you don't want to come around me if you want someone to placate you. Don't come. Don't come. Period. I will not placate you, your mama, nor your daddy. Not at all. Look what it says here, God, now. In Devarim, is this Deuteronomy? Chapter 14, 25. Didn't say you turn it into money and bind up the money in your hand. And you shall go to the place which Yahweh has chosen. See, you know he has chosen his place because you wouldn't be listening. You will not be listening. Is this one not a place he has chosen?
Yeah.
If you're of Yah, I'm not going to listen to TDJs. I'm not going to listen to Benny Hinn. I will not waste my time. I'm not going to listen to these camps in New York and all over in every city. I'm not going to listen to them. With these little gullible boys, that's all they are, young boys, many of them sleeping on their mammy's couches. They can't even get together and hold down a job, and 3 or 4 of them get a house together because that lazy clown is not going to pay him. This one will be on the damn Nintendo all day long or whatever it is. And on his cell phone texting. I don't care if you don't love me. And this is the reality of this life. We need men. Y'all want all you brothers, I want you to be like me. You don't have to talk like me. I want you to be like me. Shaul said, Timotheus, there's no other brother that's like-minded or like me. No other brother. I want you to be like me. It's not your place to teach it like I do. It's your place to break it down in a more refined way than me. I'm crude. So I want you to be like me. I want you around me to be like me. Where are the men? Where are the men? Where's the strength of a man? Strength of a man is his rouge, his summit. In all of his stupidity, no, it's YHWH. I got to go with his way. I don't care who leads me. I can speak from experience. Many of you all are just little boys, have nothing. That I'm a Hebrew Israelite, that I'm a Sikh. That's it. That's all you have. Where's your work? Where's your true work? You get on the corner blasting the daughters of those women. They're not bothering you. You stop them, calling them whores in the way they dress. And you living with shacking with the whores. Some of these camps, the women, they call themselves their wives, and we don't even go to camp with them. That ain't no man. Man can't rule the expanse of Yah's kingdom and instruct unless his own house is under control. His own house must be under the gravity of control. And he must be a man. He can't be a little boy just because he got a baby. That doesn't make you a man. Get out of here. I don't care if you don't love me. There's not many people that love me. So when I have the achim and the daughters, they may get upset. That's all right. That's enough for me. You find one friend in this life, you found an abundance. That's it. One. You treasure that friend. So I found a friend in you. I'm going to treasure that. I got some work for you to do in the morning. You're going to get up early. You're going to be off next Friday. You're taking the boys out. Your boys. But I'm going to work them this week. I'm going to work them. From Dawid to Yeshua to Uriah. They're going to work. And I don't want him smiling. He's going to help me. You're going to get the grin off your face when your son punch him in his fat nose. How about that? Not you. You're too beautiful. He said, bring the money. Send the money. Either way, you got to do something. You got to grow veggies. You got to grow some corn, some sugar cane. Sell it for me and send it here. See, they feel comfortable in Zion. They are extortioners. And that will be the second part. I'm going to work on this teaching. Well, that doesn't mean money. We'll prove that. We'll prove that. Then he says in verse, chapter 14, verse 26, and you shall be stored that is not done. You shall trust or entrust Yah. You shall trust that money. Does it say money?
Yeah.
It says money, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He says, money, you shall use that kesef, the silver coin, the gold coins. These are liars. And they say, well, I'll take it and give it to the poor. He didn't tell you to do that. The poor ye have always. You bring it to the messenger of God. You bring it to the place where you know his name is there.
Hallelujah.
Where they teach truth.
Hallelujah.
He said, money for whatsoever your nephesh desire or lust what you desire after. For oxen, for sheep, for wine, or for the strong drink, or for whatsoever your nephesh desire, and you shall eat there before YHWH. You shall rejoice, and you and your whole household. You give money, YisraYah'ale. I can't take this down to lunches and say, I got a goals. You can sit there all you want to. It costs in every aspect. And if you ever visit this place, you'll eat well. We'll put some weight on you when you're here. If you don't want no weight on you, don't come here. We eat well. Beautiful food. Plenteous. We have a dining hall that rivals in the top 5 restaurant. That's a fact. And we, the Achim, we built this place. No contractor bid in here to build nothing. We built everything. You don't even teach your damn sons nothing. Remember this old white boy that I got, the one that's for your house? He said, preacher, I ain't smart. I ain't got no education. He said, but if I had a son, I got friends that do everything. I tell him to work with this one for. He said, what I do, I tell my boy, if you stay with this 5 years, when you finish, I buy you any kind of Mustang you want. That was years back. I want you to work with Billy over there. He's an excellent mechanic. Go in that shop and you're going to work. You're paying. I want you to work with Jimbo over there. He's an excellent carpenter. The boy makes money. I want you to work with Willie John for all a year. You got to work for 5 years now. You're out of high school. I want you to work for Willie John for a year. For 1 whole year, he's an electrician. And then I want you to go over there and work with John Smith where he's a brick mason. I want you to learn all that. I want you to learn those 5 trades. And when you finish, I will buy all the money you save. You can live in my house. I will buy you a brand new Mustang. But you got to work at least 1 year, 5 years. Yet fools go to college and they spend $300,000-400,000 and don't have a damn thing. Some stupid individual can't even wipe their buttocks right. And that's a fact. Or ask you somebody, you're nothing, foolish boy. Well, I got my education, I got my education, I got my degree in this home studies. Oh, woman, that's so silly. That is so immature. You learn how to use your hands, daughters. Hallelujah. Men and so on. Stay home and take care of your children. Yeah. Should have your wife out there working no job, man. I learned that nearly 40 years ago with my wife. I don't want you to work for no one. You're supposed to be at home and that's right. You some other man commanding your wife, that's silly. Yeah. He got married all those years ago. I was making $1.65 an hour. And I said to my young friend the other day, I said, just think. We treat him as a man just like you are. He is a man. I said I worked for 6 weeks, the first job I worked. There's a young man in that segregated city of Charlotte. I brought home $34 a week. I gave my mother $15. I bought my bus pass for $3 and change. And I had clothes and layaway with Mr. High Style. And you know you got to go there every $5-10 a week. So at the end of the day, when the job was over, I was able to get all my school clothes out. My mother didn't have money. We were poor, but yet we were not poor. We had food to eat. Electricity turned out, but we were poor. And that taught me in abundance. And I listened to all the men. These little knucklehead boys today, that's what they are. They don't know how to listen. You can't tell them nothing. The fancy fried daughters, Mama, I know what I'm doing. You don't know nothing. Child, you're still living in your mama's house. Shut your wicked mouth. I'm a different breed, all right. We're different kind. And that's just the fact. This is truth. So you bring your money. Verse 26, and you bestow, he said, that money whatsoever your nephesh desire. He said, Yahweh will replenish. There's nothing like tithing and giving. And you give your money. You don't bring no bake cornbread. Sell the cornbread and buying the money up in your hand and bring it.
Hallelujah.
These liars which are tithes are done away with. But then how is tithing done away with? Before there were seeks, there were tithing. Before there were tassels and locks and all that, there were tithing. There were tithing. There were tithing. There were tithing. Abraham, before he mentioned seeks and locks, they mentioned tithing. Now how is that done away with? Before there was seeks, there was the red heifer and the burning of the ashes. Throughout all your generation, Leolam Via, it's a door. You got to do it in every generation. You're nothing but repeating what you've heard. You have not been legitimate in any kind of study. All you do is read. You read with the television on. That's cold. You read the Torah, you call it the Bible, with the television on. And you read, you put it down, you're playing video games. That's evil. That's evil. That's evil. That's real evil. That's real. I could not construct truth to you all if I got playing some video game and eating and studying. Nah. I may be tired and dirty and sweaty, but I sure take time for that. That's why on Sundays when you all leave, I say, oh, I'm glad I'm here. I can put my keyboard on my desk, and then I put my foot up on my table, on my desk, and I can sit there for hours studying. There's some men say, I study for 10 hours a day. You're a liar. You're doing nothing but reading. You're not even reading, you dirty liar. They're liars. Yes. Hallelujah. Can I proceed a little further? Yes. Well, that means money. Well, can I show us what the Torah says about money? Can I just show a few? I want to at least finish this today, all right? Yes. Let's go quickly to Devarim, chapter 2. Let's go back. Devarim, chapter 2. Devarim, chapter 2. I want to show us something here. These are the Edomites. What, boy? That you have been caught up and enraptured in those lies. It's a lie. It's a flat out lie. There's nowhere in Torah where they identify anything of that nature. You can call it what you want to, but the word ruddy in any form is Edom or Edom. You've been taught lies and you bow the lies, total, full-hearted. You don't have the ability to examine anything because you're a coward. Yes. Prove all things by scripture. Look what it says in Devarim, chapter 2, verse 5. Yah says, now you're making this journey, but I'm telling you, leave Esau alone. I want you to understand the terminology Yah used in verse 5. He says, I want you to gara. He said, don't meddle. Don't stir up nothing. Leave the matter alone. That's what he says in Devarim 2 and 5. Yes. He says, gara, don't meddle, don't be about his business, don't stir up no strife. He said, don't mess with them, don't even meddle with them. He said, for I will not give you their land. Y'all use the word lo here, no, not so much as a foot's breadth. I won't give you 1 foot of their land. You got a land, First Nation. Yes. These people are not going to take America. These people are going to take the land from the great river Nile to the great river Euphrates. You can put 5 billion people there. When the nation came out of Mizraim, his promise unto Abraham, well, 4 million came out, right, you scholars? He said, I'll multiply them by 1,000. 4 million times 1,000 is what? I learned my arithmetic in school. That means that 4 billion. You think this little ruddy group of us here, the little crop of folks in America, 40 million at the best. You know that I got every nation in the eastern, I know what every last one in the population is. I know every population of those 12 tribes. And I know them. What Indians? There are no Indians in America. And they take up a toy? Get out of here. Stupid mess. Yes. I know you don't like that. You don't love me, but that's all right. It's the truth. It is the truth. He scattered his people. He scattered them throughout the world. And there were no more people coming from the coast of Africa going down to South America and the islands of the sea. They stopped at the island, but there was no money in those places. The money was in America. The money was in America. They knew. And the only reason they would stop in places like, what they would do, stop in places like, let me show you. They would make the transatlantic void. And then there were those that went the northern route, the Arabic trade. They would take that route to places like Australia, New Zealand, places like where the Aborigines are. That's where they would go. They would take those routes. And then the first stop, they would stop places like Brazil, because they would try to offload the sickest ones. They wanted the baddest one to come to America, the bold and strongest. You can say what you want to, anything you want to. But that heritage of those slaves that came to America, even as I come from that generation, the men are stronger, they're much more full of tenacity and all. That's just the fact of the matter. You can say what you want to. The different than the men of Jamaica, the different than the men of Barbados, it's just a fact. It's just a fact. They're different. Just a fact. All men might hear not strong physically. They're just different. And so the best and the most healthy ones, they brought here to Charleston and Virginia and places like Augusta. Savannah and places like that. That's where they sold them. More money. That's what that revolution was taking place in America. Money, money, money. And yet on the 12 tribe chart, you don't even have Brazil name. Show me one chart that has that. You're a gullible boy. And you too as well, woman. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. He said, don't even meddle in their business with them. I will not give you one foot of the land. Why? Because I have. Now, has he given us all things? It's the same word, no thumb. I bestowed, I have given them Mount Seir to Esav for a YHWH. YHWH. It is his heritage. It is his possession. This land right here. Well, you Hebrews were here. You're a bunch of lies. There were no, you call the Indians, you call them Hebrew Israelites. Yet you don't even identify Brazil. They are tribes, but yet Brazil is no tribe. You are full, you are stupid, and you are ignorant. That's the fact. This is what he says. Look at verse 6. He says, you shall Shabbat. You shall buy meat from them with money. Did he say trade it out with some corn? No, he said you're going to buy the meat. You got to use money. And that you may eat. And you shall also, he used a different word, kara, you can bargain. You will buy water of them for kesef. Same word. He said with the water thing, I'll let you bargain with him. So much water, all the pure glacier water, you can bargain with him on that. You want $1 for every 1,000 gallon, you say I'll give you a quarter for it. That's the only place. Words are important. And you don't even, let me say this to you all that are listening and us that are here. You don't even have a dictionary beside your study that you can understand words. You just read them with your own ignorance and you think you have a full understanding. That's stupid. You are an ignorant man. You don't go to college. And I've been to college too now. And not understand those specifics of the terminology of that language without having a dictionary or understanding of what it means. That's how ignorant we is. By our own ignorance we define words. Shabbat and kara is totally different. You gonna buy the meat with money. You're not gonna rob. If they say it's $3 a pound, you get them $3 a pound. Don't even question them. Now water's a different ball game. They come on, man, kara. We go, whoa, we got the dope on this water thing. You can't go in the store and do that. Did he say money? Yeah. You buy with money? Yeah. Did he use the word kesef, money? Yeah. You sell all the stuff you got. I don't want your veggies. Sell it. And send the money here. Sell it. I don't want the tools you want to send here. We got every kind of tool we need to build a house or anything. Sell the tools. Preach, I want to bring, I got a bunch of tools. Don't bring them here. Sell them. Send them money. I got a car. We don't need your car. Sell it and give. There's nowhere where y'all told you to give veggies. You can't take no corn with so far cabbage. It'll begin to rot. Sell the cabbage. That's why there were money changes. Okay, you come when you want to get money? Okay, how about that? I give you, that corn is, I'll give you 1 shekel a pound. And you know you could get 3 shekels for it. But you were pressed because you wanted to get money. This is truth. This is how truth is taught. It's not taught from your little penny emotional mindset. You base everything on that you're Hebrew. I base everything on I'm a dirty dog. That YHWH had to die for me. You had to lay down his life for a dirty piece of a swine meat like me. A fat, greedy dog, that's all I am. That's why our Zakin has supported us all these years. He said, because you never, I can hear you. That ain't me. Everything that is spoken is for me. First, I'm a fat, greedy dog. Hallelujah. But there's only one place. He said, money. Okay, let's go to Matthews. Hallelujah. All of you should know this parable. Yah has given us all 1 talent. No, you don't have 5. He's given you 1. Can I tell you what that talent is? It is the blessed assurance of the DAMNABLE VILE. That's all he's given us, 1. You don't have no 5. Well, he gave me 5. You are lying. He give us 1. We all got 1 talent. We all got 1 talent. We can't allow that talent to be hid in this corrupt heart of ours, this corrupt mind, and we dig a hole and hide in it. We don't bless him. We don't testify of his power. We don't give like Yaakov, that stone, that Eben, E-B-E-N, Eben, that stone, YHWH, that one. He didn't reject that stone. You reject that. That Eben, that stone, that comfort. It was hard, but it gave him comfort. And he said, this is where the house of Yah shall be. And the house of Yah shall be here, right here. And everything you give me, Yah give you a 10th. Ain't something new. It's always been there. And these liars are playing the folks up and robbing them in different ways. They get more than tithing. Oh. And little daughters in these cities are just broke. They got to pay priest dues. They got to do that. That's bogus bull. That's Geluth. It's bogus bullshit. All right? That's exactly what it is. It's bogus. We gave everything here, but you own everything. These men call me about doing community. I say, I wouldn't move there. You incorporate it. And it belongs to the people. My mama got 30 acres of land. I'm thinking about starting. I wouldn't move that with you. I would not. That's the fact of the matter. You don't tell me to leave today, but I know you're not going to do it because I work too hard. I'm hard work around here now. You got to give me that. I messed up on that light pole. You can fix it. Don't do that, son. I went to electricity or other thing tomorrow. I messed up, son. But I got the other one. You know, I got the wire and everything right, but just the way I got that thing, it should be. Fix that thing. All right, you know that thing. See, they cover for me. All right. You must have truth, nation. You're bogus, preacher. I know everything about me is bogus. But what I'm reading is not bogus. It's the truth. You can reject it all you want to. You reject it. These men, they take Tithe and they twist it. And you so ignorant, you buy it. I don't buy it. I want to search it out and see. And they got you on the way to search it out. You can challenge me all you want to. You can sit down and we can talk. But don't come with no bogus bull. You better come with the real raw deal stuff. Yeah. Hallelujah. Let's see what this is. Matthew 25:26. We have 1 talent. Don't hide truth in your heart in that corrupt entity. His master answered and said to him, this is the one that had 1 talent. He dug a hole and he hid it. We have dug a hole of sin. We're corrupt, we're liars, we stink. We will guard the sins of our children, our mom and our daddy, our sons and our daughters, but yet we will not lift one hand for righteousness. We'll take a whore daughter and honor her over a daughter of Zion. A faggot-looking son has no strength, no backbone. Set up, man. You show a strong back. That's right. That's right. And we're in the military during the Vietnam era time. And that was one thing, Vietnam era combat veteran. I'm a Vietnam era veteran. They told you better sit up. If you had to sit there for 2 hours, you sit up properly. But Miss Mickles taught me that. To sit erect, son. Posture. You girls, this is how you walk. Never forget Miss Mickles, my 5th grade segregated school teacher. I don't slouch. I sit up. Y'all watch me over there. They taught us that posture and strength. It develops personality and strength and attitude. In the military, you said that for 3 hours. You sit up in that chair like that. We got mama daddies raising boys today. It is the truth. He says, he called him a wicked. Now, this is us. And his master answered and said to him, you wicked, you devilish dog, and you are slothful servant. You know that I reap where I sow not, and gather not where I scatter. I don't have to tell the seed to drop there. It's my seed. It's my money. It's my oars. I don't have to print the dollar bill. He said, you ought to have, therefore, to have put my money, or Greek eon. That's Greek, or Greek eon. You should have put my money, my silver, my coin, my shekel, my gold. You should have put my money to the exchanger, Wall Street. You should have tested the truth before you run like a fool. And then at my coming, I shall have received my own usury. I will receive interest on that. And then what we invest in YHWH, we don't invest in him. We must invest one thing in him. All this, and all this, and all this. This is our liver, and this is our left, our heart. This thing is nothing but a muscle that beats blood. You feel nothing from this. It's here. It's here. It's your liver. It's your living. That's where it comes from. Nothing comes from that. It's here. Frontal lobe. It's there. So we must sell out to him. What usury are we putting his money to? The tests and trials of this world. To be rejected. To be cast out. To be ostracized. I don't mind them ostracizing me. I don't mind people. At least you got something decent on your mind. You talking against me. And that's just a fact. We don't have that. And the people that they have been seduced by the Spirit. These men that started what they call Hebrewism is bogus. And that's a fact. Yes. You got so many splinters, they're worse than Baptists. The old Baptists will sing a hymn and if you got put out those, they will get a little enough money to. And they think because they go and feed the prisoners or go talk to them, that's what they call great work. That's not great works. The great works when you see a widow and you know she's a widow, and you honor that widow, and you honor that young daughter who have got caught up in so many things, and you jackasses buy buildings with all that money. Your leaders live like damn princes and kings. Big old gold rings and all that kind of mess. And you began to buy the buildings in New York City, or drop down to a southern state where they're cheaper, and buy them and move the daughters down there. When I was in Europe, back in the 70s, when a young woman had a baby out of wedlock. One thing she had to do was go to college. That was school and prep school. She didn't live with her mama, and she was 16. They had high-risers, apartments. She lived there with the baby. She had a small little refrigerator, about as small as the one I got. Enough area for her to sleep, sit down in our futon. She went to school. She didn't get no money unless she did those things. This way it comes in. But if she was in the same condition, she left her baby in the crib, milked her, and everything. She didn't go to no daycare. You better go every hour, every 15 minutes, or that baby needs some help. You check on the baby, put it back to sleep, and make sure when she comes home, that's the way it was. And these damn ignorant Hebrew Israelites, child grew up with raising hell. Why don't they move them down? And the young boys that are doing nothing but shagging their ass on the corner, build some barns. I'll show them how to build them. Put the young daughters there, get men that are strong. You're not going to do no frolicking here. That ain't about to happen. And mothers that will watch over them and let them live together and grow and learn something. These young daughters don't know how to do a damn thing. Young boys can't do nothing. That's how you do it. They're not going to do that. They don't own buildings in Atlanta. They don't own buildings in Oklahoma. They don't own nothing in Cali because it's just too expensive. It's just too expensive to buy land in Cali. But it ain't not that expensive. You go down to Mississippi, Georgia down there, but land is getting expensive everywhere. The last piece of land we bought over there going toward his house, man says, preacher, they don't make no more of that. You right about that? Who was that? You and I, we were there the last time. Well, Hebrew says, you won't sell that land. I sure would like that. That's a nice piece of land over there. I like to have it. I said, no, we just checking on it. You all can go watch after it. You know, it's all right. Can I say this to you all? That faggot Eddie Long down there that all these Hebrews talk about. Jamal Bryant had a place up there in Baltimore. You heard of that name? Jamal Bryant. He's a leader of that whole house, the faggot house in Atlanta, down in, where is that? In Georgia. I've been past that when Bynum took me out. There was some fat. It was just out of this world when you see it. I've seen the one in Houston, that little grinning devil down there. But that one down there in Stone, where's that? Stone, Georgia? Eddie Long. That was a place. I mean, that was a place. It was massive. I was at all at what work, got to work, millions of dollars in it. Jamal Bryant was there in Baltimore. He said there were 10,000 people he had with him. It's about that many going down that day alone now. He has, I don't know what he's doing. I guess he's reviving it. Why do you think he left Baltimore? This is sad right here. That place down there in Stone Mountain, Georgia, they own more land, just where it sits, than any black church, Hebrew Israelite church in America. They own more land. I said, damn, we own as much land as they do. I said it like that. He went down there because he made it known they are the only church in America, black church, that have land and own land. And they only have Waka 132 acres. If I walk from my house to the end of our property, it's not mine, to back to my house, it's 1.2 miles. And if I go across the road over there and walk all the way back to the end of that property, but we own across the road over there back. I said, he would that because of the land they own. There is no church in America, people of my hue, that own a damn thing. It's sad. And we're just a bunch of broke down little, learned it from the Baptist way too. That's where I got this concept from a Baptist. Yeah, we own as much land you all own. I don't own, I'm too old. This is yours land. You just can't sell it, all right? You get crazy all you want to. You'll never be able to sell it. belongs to you all. I got it set up that way. You're not going to sell it because he may want to stay here. His little wife. Maybe he want to come down and live. They'll have them a place to stay. The taxes on them 2 houses up, that's Zarkane's house and the house next door, ain't that much. We pay $2,000 a year on all the taxes on all the land. We pay no taxes on the land. The only taxes we pay on that other piece of land we own over there, we pay taxes on that. And we own all that. This is yours. So what I'm going to work hard to get it beautiful for you. And so it's not me to sit down just to teach. That's all I'm going to do, all right? Yeah. That's why I'm here. These damn Hebrews don't own a damn thing. I don't care if you go to New Jersey. They don't own the building. Go down to Atlanta. They're renting. They're renting. They're renting. They're renting. We didn't have much insurance. But I used the money right. You know, there's one thing I was thinking this morning, daughter. I said, I hate that. We sold that building. It will be worth $1 million now. You see all them houses right there on that building now? When the last time you been down that far? Well, next time you go there, you need to go down. Go down State Street. That building will be worth $1 million, over $1 million. I didn't have that kind of foresight. I want us to buy this land here. I didn't have no foresight on that. These jokers don't even own land nowhere. They don't own land and buildings, houses. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. You're still paying rent. I don't pay rent here. My rent bill is paid up. It's paid up. Once a year they want taxes, and we don't mind because they keep the road out there. I would be stupid to try to. Listen, we don't have to pay taxes on anything. The only reason we pay taxes here because they keep that big plowing the road. Those things cost $600,000, $700,000, $1 million a piece. Those things are not cheap, GPS, and they grade it right. I don't mind paying taxes. I don't mind paying taxes at all for us. I just don't want their water. Yeah. And they can't even get together, families, and say, let's incorporate this. Let's buy the land. Even though we incorporate it, it's one thing you got to do. You own this, you own that, you own that. That's so selfish, though. But you can't sell this land to someone else. You must sell it back to the owner. You think they're going to do that? They're too smart to do that. As my friend Yosip Yahweh says, it's too easy. It's too easy to do that. They can't do it. Yet they think they're bona fide and they got the word of Yah and they're going to get everybody right. You're not going to get, you better save yourself from this wicked generation. Give me a minute. We're going to close. I'm hungry anyway. Hallelujah. We're going to see this money thing, and we'll continue with this next Shabbat. Let's go to the book of Acts. Acts chapter 4, verse 34. This is when the great outpouring and the great message, the truth of Yahshua was revealed unto Teach YisraYah'ale, and they all gathered there for that great occasion. Yeah. Look what it says in verse 34 here. The great love. This is what a great messenger, a true messenger, has for the people of Yah. He will show them the love of Yah. And he begins with the Musar. Parents, you that have children, because you correct them, that doesn't mean you don't love them. That's why you correct them. And when they frustrate you, so you will get the rod and get that badak. You're supposed to. Hallelujah. This world has taught you, no, you're going to scar the baby. No, it's going to scar you, baby. You put the rod on that ass. You saved them from hell. Yes. You all are so silly. That word ass is in the scripture that Yahshua came riding on an ass coat. You're that stupid and immature. Yeah. You put the rod on that ass, all right? You're not, don't bruise it now. Don't abuse her. But you get that rod. Yeah. You tack that buttock. You're right. Yeah. You can't depend on the word teach how to raise your sons and daughters. That's why your sons are weak and your daughters are feeble. Let me read this quickly. Acts chapter 4 verse 34. Neither was there any among them that like what? Because they took all they had, they sold it, and they brought it to the Shilishim or the Shilishim feet. They sold everything they had. They disinvested and divested from the world. You're so invested in this world. You paying for a house that's going to take you 40 years to pay for. Don't you know you're stupid? That's crazy. Let me tell you this story and I'm going to finish. There was a man that stood right here one year. He said, preacher, I'm going to give you an offering. I'm going to give you an offering. I said, I don't want your offering. He said, listen, I got a house right down in Columbia. I want you all to hear this. I say, how much is the house worth? He said, when I sell the house, I'll be able to make $15,000. I said, how much is your payment a month? He said, $1,600. I say, sir, I find that to be somewhat stupid. He got offended. You weak boys will get offended. I say, give them the house back. Go and buy your old cheap piece of land. And that time he could have for little nothing. I say, put your old regular mobile home on there and work on it. Put your old crazy friends up. Get you a Rottweiler and drop him on there, feed him well. He'll take care of everything. Nobody's coming on that rider. You train him right. He said, well, I said, I'll tell you what then. You want to give me an offering? This is what you do. Give them the house back. Take that same house payment. Put it in the bank every month. And after 5 years, you'll have 75, 80, maybe $100,000. And don't try to invest it in nothing. Just a little small money market. Just turn them over every 6 months. That's what you do. He was so damn smart, he was stupid. He said, well, I don't want to sell. I said, you're stupid then. You got to pay 30 your mortgage on the house. You don't even be your truck driver for Walmart. Sell the house, just you. Sell the house, get your old place. You'll have $75,000 or $100,000 saved. I say, man, you know what you can build a house with? You know what $100,000 will build a house? And you will be cash paid for. You can have it all energy efficient. This is a stupid generation. And I say, then you can bring me an offer. You can bring me $50,000 then. Well, I wonder, I say, then you're stupid then. I never seen him again. I saw him one time after about, well, I don't know, 18 years. And I said, I know you from so, yeah. I said, okay. You're still the fool. He's still the fool. That is so stupid. These old country hillbillies, they were saying their money, Jimmy Bob, I got this, and Billy Bob. They collected, he saved him at $8, $10, $15,000. Billy Bob, help me pull that floor over there. And they build each other homes. The ones that look like me do the same thing. They're free from debt. And you have learned so much from television, you're stupid. You're dumb. YouTube haven't taught you a damn thing, nor the internet. You're lazy, you're shiftless, and you don't want to do a damn thing. You love me? I know you better love me. That's a fact. You better love me, woman. That's right. They were lacking nothing. We lack nothing here. For as many as was possessed of land or houses, you got a house, sold them. They sold them and brought the me some, the full value of that where? Other thing that was sold. They brought every dime. They didn't hold back a nickel. The one that did, they were in trouble. And they laid them down at the Shilishim feet, and distribution was made to every man according to his need. That's what we do here. Bring it all in here. Everybody gonna have something. Yeah. Everybody. Yes. She got enough. The rest, we use it. Get some here. I don't keep it. And everybody had more than enough. Everybody had more than enough. Everybody. You understand? Yeah. Everybody had more than enough. And distribution was made to every man according to his need. But there's some like us. We're liars and we're stingy. There were one Adonai and Sephara. They had land, they sold, and they brought the money. They brought the they brought the money. That's what it says. Does it say money? Yeah. They brought the money. They didn't bring no bread. They brought the money and laid it at the feet of the Cilician. And you know what they did? They lied. They lied. You know that you give a tenth, and you give 1%. You're a liar, you're dirty, and that's why you will never grow. You'll never mature. That's fact of the matter. And then these are the type that think when they get in a dilemma that they call your right, you think you're supposed to send them money. We're not sending you one damn nickel. Yeah. That's what I had Imar Raphael to email and say if there's anything we can do, because they've been faithful. I don't care what it is. To our hurt, we would do it. Let those haven't given one damn nickel. Not a dime. I'm not talking about corn or collard greens. We got plenty of them. You all have a form and a fashion, but it's not the Sadiq of Yah. It's not the way. It's not the way. You got your Hebrew Israelite identity, and that's fake as a broken glass. Because if you were Hebrew Israelite, after the zera of Yaakov, you would do what he did. He said, everything I get, I give you 10. And you will work and give the world 90% and give him nothing. When people, this is not going to happen, you all. Let me say this. I've heard from more people than you. And I heard from them that saying they're going to do this. And I would tell them, I wouldn't live where you're going to do that. Because if you're going to do it, it belongs to your mama. I had one just recently. One from New York some time ago. He came right past. He wouldn't stop because I said to him, don't come in with your bogus bull. And any visitor, I said, don't come here with that. I tell them, don't come here with that. Don't come here playing and shuck bucket and jobbing. I don't like that. I'm not going to have that. You're not coming here clowning like a jackass. Your children are not going to be crazy as wild buffoons. It's not going to have that. That's just a fact of the matter. And these are the ones that think you owe them something. They will send $5 and their rent is due for $700. I'm not sending you no $700. I send you your $5 back. And believe me, nation, there are many people I wouldn't even take their offering. And those that have given money, I send it back. I don't want it. Because I know they're not real. I don't even take their offerings. And that's a fact of the truth. Yah loves a cheerful giver. So that's how you give tithes with cheerfulness. This is part 1. We'll finish part 2 next week. And don't tell those damnable lies that you bring veggies and that's what tithes are. That's a lie. You can bring all, forgive me, I just lied in my ignorance. You can bring all the veggies you want, but sell them and bring the money. Bring the kesef. Bring the kesef. You tell them the flat out lie. Well, give to the poor. Not when YHWH said to his down with him, he said, you're going to have poor folks. I don't care where you go. You think you're going to satisfy every poor person? Take that money to my messenger. He'll know how to handle things. You can't feed the folks we can feed here. You can't do that. Now, folks who got some of these old nasty restaurants and in these funky holes, they dig it in their nose, pulling boogers out, faggots fixing your food. I ain't in no man's place but my home. That's me. And I didn't start this yesterday. No, sir. Digging in their nose, and you know young people, how snotty they can get and how nasty they can be. Well, sir, you said that. We went, the other day buying the things, preparing the things for tabernacle. And I said, sir, can you put that back like I said? Well, I don't know how it was. And I looked at this little effeminate faggot looking boy. I just looked at him. He would not even turn his face to look at me again. And I started to say, his manager, this is the kind of decorum that you deck your people with. He would answer me because I've done it before. I see Valerie say, get off the cash register. You go, lady, this is your job. Because look, I'm not going in Walmart, Sam's, loading up a cart, taking it off on another car. I'm not doing that. And so she says to me, I'm glad you must not have no daughters. You're in here because you want to be here. It's not my job, lady. Everything I put on here is neat. You can count it, you can see it. And there is nowhere the gates of hell are open. I'm going to take that off and transfer it for you. And then I got to go load it in my vehicle. You can go to hell with that. I'm not going to do it. And so I say to them before that, they will put it, I say, sir, ma'am, hold up. You put it back like I loaded it there because I got everything in its position. When I loaded in the vehicle, it's all in its proper place. And the matter is, I said, sir, I'm sorry, we'll get it. I know you're going to get it. That's why Walmart and Sam, they do not give a damn about them. Valerie had been working as long as I've been here 25 years. She was there when I went there. And there was another little Caucasian woman, always kind to me. Always, all those years. We would go there and buy whole pallets of toilet tissue. And she would always look out for me. I'm telling you the truth. Carl, that was the manager there, he would go out and load stuff up and say, preacher, I'll tell you what, that's the same man that wanted to give us that land up there in the mountains. If we had had enough men here to go up there and build him that cabin, we'd have had a piece of land that young couples and you all could go and just set up in the mountain, trout fish, and had a 360-degree panorama view. But these fools don't understand that. Because they're selfish and they're greedy. They don't give a damn about no money. And one of the people that don't give a damn, Baptists will get together and have a fish fry for you. That's a fact. Damn the Baptists. Church of God, Christ, they will have a singing. You get together and have a singing. You like building your rib, you'll do that singing. Make some money. Sell some fried chicken and fried fish. You Hebrew Israelites won't do a damn thing for no one. And it's a fact. Because you flat out do not give a damn. And I say that with all honesty. Back me down then. And they will come here thinking that we're supposed to accommodate them. We do right by all people.
Hallelujah.
We do right. I don't care who it is. Much as we have opportunity, we do right by all men. Especially YisraYah'ale. You're not YisraYah'ale because your skin look like mine. Because you come with the Hebrew talk. I've met enough of them that I've had to kick off. Get off of these grounds. Yes. They're not going to tell me. You don't tell me. Now you going. You going. You don't have to worry about that. You're going. And that's a fact. And you don't have to. We're not cowards here. Ain't no cowards here. Yeah. Don't mess up with us. May the riches of Yah rest upon you. Send a gift, an offering, and your tithes. Don't listen to me. I'm just being honest. I don't need nobody listening. That's a fact. They come for tabernacle over all these years. They have never eaten the way they eat here. Some of the most wonderful delicacies and the cooking. Mikal said to me, what are you cooking there? And I ain't cooking nothing. I told you, but I feel that wisdom before tabernacle. We're going to take off. Because I said, she said, okay. First she said 10 briskets. Well, it's not really that many people here this year. And it's all right with me. I'm fine with that. I said, even let me cook 4 or 5 briskets. She's okay. All right. Then we go out Tuesday, get some of those Angus thick ribs. I don't like the way them. I want them like that. And you slice that thing. I don't want no rib sandwich that thin. I want my piece of meat to be like that. Is that all right? Yes, it is with me. It is. I like them like that, big man. We go out there and she ain't not that. You ain't doing the work I'm doing. I tell you what I'll do with them tomorrow, if you want to help me. I have you help me lay those, those papers out there. I gotta make some my own mud. I gotta make sure it's level. We'll find out and see if cornbread and cabbage gonna work on you for that. No, you need some beef. Need some iron in the gut. That's right. So may the riches have your rest upon you all. Send a gifts and an offerings in your tithes. That's what you do. You know you've been blessed. You ain't not hearing it like that. Are you hearing that we the bruise? What's up, bro? We the bruise. And you're still wicked. Yes. Nothing has transformed your life. I'm a brand new me. Just because of Yeshua. Things I used to do, the way I used to walk. Yeshua changed my life. Oh, he transformed me. I'm a new man, a creature in his way. Something is wrong, you're still walking the same way.
Hallelujah.
You're talking the same talk. I had to bust this little Caucasian boy up yesterday. I went to Lowe's. And you know I can be very tenacious. And I let him know who I am. He was a clown. So the other young man, you could tell, he said, well, this man sounds as though he's a learned man. Because what he said, I've never heard, he hadn't heard what I said. So I let him know, hold up, buddy. And this is the way you're going to approach me. And I looked at the little wee thing we were putting that gazebo. I said, you grab one and I'll grab one. Won't it be your granddaddy? And so I wanted him to do that. We loaded that thing. That was an excellent bow. And they only had one. That one we got on the other side, we paid $500 for that. That was $239. I paid for it before I went. That cost $249. So when I walked in, I said, man, and they all know me because all these years, that lady who waited on me yesterday, she's been there for 25 years. I have been going to that Lowe's for 25 years. She said, let me see what I can do. I said, I'm a veteran. I'd like to throw that Vietnam era in there. Some of vets. She said, I'm okay. She saved me another 10. I don't mind that. So at the loader, I said to that young man, I'm not loading those pavers. Them things are heavy. Yeah, the ones you all took them. So I'm not loading them. Get me someone. And so he thought he was a very bright, smart little boy. He didn't know what he was dealing with. You know how I am. I kind of got right up in his face like, I said, you know, I couldn't load them myself because they were going to take all of them off. I said, no, stack them in stacks of 10 and take that little bit off. Oh, well, I said, no, it makes sense to do that. I'm not going to stack these things. But can we sit the pallet on? Sure you can. So we got to take them off. It was easier like that, wasn't it? Set right in the middle. And so I said to him, I said, buddy, I'm an old man. When I was in my 50s, I could do more than you could do. He said, I could bench 415 pounds. He was a smart boy. Well, I could do double of that. These young boys, they're weak. No strength at all. No personality or anything. And the young daughters, it's sad. I want our daughters to be beautiful, and strong, and keep themselves from this wicked world. And we're going to protect them too. We're going to guard them too. Well, they don't go nowhere. How in the hell do you know? Our children do more than your children do. They have seen more. They've gone. I tell you what are y'all waiting for? Tell me, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for, David? David, what you waiting for? Say it so I can hear you. What are you waiting for? What event you looking forward to? Sipura. You waiting for the zoo? Well, that's tabernacle. That's beautiful. What are you waiting for, Zippy? Sipura. What? Say it again. They go down to the beach for a whole week and we rent the ocean front, the parents and everyone. No one like me to stay back and watch things. And they enjoy that. Our children have seen more. Even when we began here 25 years ago, our children went up on airplanes. They've done more than your children. They do nothing but run in the streets all day and do nothing. They've seen more. They've done more. They've been more places. And they keep bugging me about an airplane, especially this one. Poppy, when are we going up an airplane? We'll get to that one. We get the right money. Yeah, we'll do that. You all fly down to Atlanta, everybody. Some of you adults never been in one. And go down there and just have a great time. Go to that aquarium down there and come home. This is what you can do. You know that families, they get together all year long and they eat together Christmas, they eat together Thanksgiving, they go on vacation together. What a damn shame. Did you call him your brother or your sister? You all don't do things together. You're a bunch of liars, you're corruptors, and that's all you are. That's a fact of the matter. And these are babies, and when they go places, they tell me, Papa, the women just stood back, they just looked at us, just kept watching us. I know they do that. They're married, they're disciplined, they're beautiful. Yeah. And this, when we had the bunch, the big crowd, we have 135 people living here. That's right. And they all left are in trouble. Let us stand to our feet. Bless you all. Send your tithes and your offering today. We can use them. In all things, let's turn toward YHWH. In all things, we do above your greatness of your blessings in YHWH HaMashiach. Bless us all today, touch us all, give us guidance and strength in Yeshua's mighty name. that we may walk in the light of your Torah. Heal us all above all men. I need your healing. Heal every last one of us. Touch us, our friends, our enemies. We pray for them all in Yahshua's mighty name. Bless Yeshua and all YisraYah'ale scattered throughout the whole land, the earth. We pray and we ask in Yahshua's name. Hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
Seek ye first the kingdom of Yahweh and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
Hallelujah. and Shabbat. Come on and lift your hands and praise Him. Hallelujah. Come on and lift your hands and